Hello, anybody logging in? So today we're going to interview Shevelle Dynott, and he's one of my colleagues from English National Ballet. He's kind of the person that keeps morale really high and like keeps you laughing.
I'm so sorry. I'm crap with all this
That's
technology.
all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to see you. Nice to see
Nice to see
you.
you too. Thanks for doing this with me.
Anything for you, little sis. Anything for you.
How you been?
I'm good. I mean, it's very, very crazy this whole time we're going through, but yeah, hopefully we're going to get through it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to tell myself we're on the back end of it at
Yeah,
this point,
for
hopefully.
sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
What have you been up to?
Well, it's been a roller coaster, I think. There's sometimes you're like, yeah, I can do this, like, and then there's other days where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, should I be doing classes like every single day? Should I be relaxing because we don't really have this time to relax? So yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of to-ing and fro-in quite a bit.
Yeah, because technically our summer break is supposed to happen in like a week or something, or 2 weeks, right?
No, I know. Can you
Right?
imagine? I mean,
Which is
being
which is weird.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having a summer holiday in here. I've already been here for like 7 weeks, or
Yeah,
however long
yeah,
it's been.
yeah.
How have
I
you
know,
been?
like, fine, just kind of doing the same thing every day, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah.
yeah. Have you got a
hmm
good routine?
Yeah, I kind of have a routine now. I think I need to
Nice.
switch it up though, because I've been trying to get into running, but it's making
Hmm.
my hips like super tight and it's causing, yeah. I think that I'm
Yeah.
like remembering why dancers don't run. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure,
But
for
it's just like
sure.
I'm bored and like it's the only other thing I can do is like go for a jog in the park. It's like the only thing I can do,
Yeah,
you know?
social distancing, of course.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Would you mind just giving us a little like overview about like where you were trained, your career a little bit, EMB?
Well, my name's Shevelle Dynott. I've been with English National Ballet, I think, for about 15 years now. So yeah, I've been there quite a bit.
How many
Uh,
directors have you worked through?
Tamra, I think, is my third. Started in 2005 after graduating from the Royal Ballet School. Uh, and yeah, have been in the company ever since and seen its ups and downs. And at the moment, it's on a great trajectory. I mean, we've just had a new building, and we've been on incredible tours. So yeah, the company at the moment it's been really nice to be in it at this
Mm.
time.
So you went to Royal Ballet School, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was
Um,
there for the whole. I went to White Lodge, joined White Lodge in 1997, and did that all the way through. Graduated from the Royal Ballet School, upper school in 2005.
hmm. So
Yeah,
who were the other two directors before Tamara?
the director I got in was Matz Skoog. And I think he was only there for literally 6 months, I think.
Oh,
And
really?
then, yeah, and then
Mm.
Wayne Eaglin joined. So yeah, that was a
Mm.
little bit scary because you got in on one director and then another one was coming in. So we didn't get our full contracts. We had to wait until the other director wanted to keep you or not. So yeah, that was a
Oh.
little bit, yeah. So that was a little bit stressful because it was like, yeah, you got a job, but then they kept me on my toes for a little bit longer.
Mm. Mm. That's interesting. Ooh, that sounds scary.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary. When I think about it now, I'm like, whoa, yeah. And then of course Wayne didn't know as well because my job only having a 6 month contract, you could terminate that one so much easier to bring in someone who you did want, say, because he
Mm.
didn't exactly give me the job. So yeah, it was a little bit stressful, but I joined with a really good friend from school, James Forback.
Oh, Forbat.
So yeah, and we've known each other for a long time. So actually, it was kind of nice to join the company with someone and go through the same thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That your year from your graduating class from Royal Ballet School had like a lot of people. Joe Cayley, right?
Yes.
Same class?
Yeah.
Can you tell us who?
I was in an exceptional year, a very exceptional year. We had
Oh, you guys have banging bodies too. Like everyone just stays cut all the time. I'm like, how are you guys doing it?
you know, we work hard and play hard. No, there was Alexander Campbell in Royal Ballet.
I know he's in your class too.
Yeah, Alexander Campbell, Zander Parrish in the Mariinsky, Tom Forster in ABT, William Moore and Alex Jones, principals in Zurich, Joseph Cayley, principal in English National Ballet. By the way, Zander's principal in the Mariinsky.
Mariinsky, yeah.
Aaron Robertson, principal with San Francisco. Hopefully I'm not missing out anyone. James Forbat, first soloist with English National Ballet. Lawrence Rigg.
There's a lot of people.
Soloist, I think, with Lausanne, accompanying Lausanne. Bejar.
Oh, with Bejar. Who was your teacher?
Our teacher. We had a number of teachers. I think the one that I think we'll all remember and probably helped us get our strength at a very young age would be Anatoly Grigoriev. He was an amazing Russian teacher. Yeah, really, really incredible, and actually gave us a lot of the technique I feel we use today. Most of us, when we still take class together, you can still see that we're thinking about the same things, especially the younger lot. I mean, when we were at the upper school, there was David Peden, Christopher Powney and Gary Norman. There are our three teachers at the upper school.
I still I always tell people like about like you're like the ballet coach guru, like the technical guru. Like anytime someone's having like a problem with something technically, like you always know like exactly what to say.
Oh,
thank you, to work it out. You know what I mean? Like you have a good eye for seeing it and for like understanding the like technique.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I do like to do it. I know. I do like to do it. Sometimes I feel like I should probably use some of those things myself. But yeah, no, I do like to give my bit. Maybe sometimes a little bit too much. But yeah, it is something that I like to do. I like to give back if I can.
Before you clicked on, I was like, oh, Chev is like, he's kind of the person, like we can't like do work without you like there, because like we need someone who like can either like break the tension in like an awkward situation or like make everyone laugh when stuff gets really like tense, or like to take the edge off, you know? Like I think that's another thing that you're amazing at.
No, I think that's important. I feel that our job is it can be really stressful on many different levels, and sometimes I do feel it's nice just to, you know, break it up and be like, okay, we are human and we are all sort of the same. We're thinking the same here, but we're doing something. And I think that maybe not everyone thinks it's a good thing.
Oh, I definitely think it's a good thing. I mean, morale is so important, like company culture, maintaining like a healthy company culture. Otherwise you have artists who are like too scared to express themselves, who are too scared to really to like produce work. Really, if you're blocked up like emotionally, or like, you know, it's really hard to produce good work anyways. So you need to be in a comfortable environment, which you're really good at making people feel comfortable.
Oh, thank you very much.
You know. Okay, so let's go through some of these questions. Get down to the details. Have you put yourself in like a routine of any sort? What have you been like?
I have. I've been trying to be good. I think as dancers, we know we've got a good routine. Actually, it's pretty good. It's natural. So I knew during this lockdown, I needed to give myself days when I was going to exercise, days that I was going to do class, and also it's been really nice to have a 2-day weekend. I try and make sure I have Saturday and Sundays off, because it's something that
We don't normally
we don't have. So I usually do try. So say on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that will be my upper body work and leg strengthening. Our sports scientists at English National Ballet gave us a program. Well, gave some of us a program. Everyone got one. And I follow that quite strictly through the week. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually do a class, sometimes Laurent, our ballet master at English National Ballet, or sometimes a group of the guys I was talking about, we do a class on Zoom, and Joe takes that class. Yeah. And that's really, really nice. That's
really
like,
nice.
It's like being back at school again. And Joe's like the teacher, and yeah, no, it's really, that's
nice.
really, really fun. And yeah, I like that. Yeah, it just takes you back to when you first started dancing, which is actually kind of nice because you don't have anyone around. So the people who you do have around are your brothers, your peers, and it's nice.
Yeah. Like a little bit of that, like Revertigo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. No, it's cool.
It's also nice, like, doing on Zoom versus like Facebook Live every now and again, just because at least you can actually interact with the people who are there.
Oh, exactly.
Because I logged into Laurent's class. It was like today. Oh, no. It was the class I took yesterday. And I put like a comment like, hey, like I've joined the class. And then it was like, oh, hey, Presh, you've joined. And I waved at the camera, but I'm like, no one could see me.
Yeah, I do the same. I'm like,
it just happens instinctively, you know? I was like, shit, I'm by myself. Sure. Like no one can see me waving anyway.
I feel you. I do that too sometimes.
So bad. Gotta remember which video chat you're on, if it's like Zoom or live.
Yeah, but I mean, I quite like the Zoom as well. But when you're doing class on the Zoom as well, it's wicked because like you can sometimes like flick through and like have a look at what so and so's doing if you don't have it on the big screen where you have everyone.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes kind of funny.
Yeah. Like seeing what's your house look like?
Oh yeah, no, tell me about it.
Did you clean up?
Yes, the wardrobe opens, the wardrobe doors open.
Yeah. Could you tell us about like what you're looking forward to for like when the lockdown is kind of loosened up a bit, when this is over?
I am looking forward to getting back into the studio and being amongst my colleagues. That's something that I can't wait to do. It's been really weird, this lockdown. It's made you, I think it's the first time most dancers have been off, but not injured. You know, usually if you have this long period of time, you're usually, you know, it's usually an injury or something. And during this time, I've actually been like, wow, I really want to get back and like dance because you can still do that. It's not that, and nothing's hindering us in actually doing it. It's literally just because of this virus. So it's going to be nice to go back and dance because you really, really missed it and want to do it. And of course, seeing family. Family is really important, and yeah, it's going to be really nice to go and give my mum and dad and sister a big hug and tell them how much I love them.
That's so true. I was thinking about how I think this is the longest period of time I've gone without like actual like training facilities, or like even from like an injury or anything, or like I think since I was probably like 9 years old or something. I think this is the longest I've gone like without like actual class or like conditioning classes or like gym access. Like I think that's the other thing I'm struggling with right now is like I don't have any weights in my house. Okay. And because I'm used to doing a certain amount of weight training, like I just can't keep like my muscle mass up. Like because weights were a part of my training before. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
No,
so it's like it's kind of hard.
What are you going to use instead? Like water bottles or bags of rice or?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I have like my like little water bottle, but I don't even think it's 5 kg.
Oh no.
So I'm like, how are people? But like I can't do pull-ups. You know what I mean? Because like I was using it for like lower body, like weight training. How have you like been? Sorry, my mom just tried to call me.
Oh really?
Yeah. Sorry.
Hey mom. Yeah, I mean, we've got loads of stuff here,
Oh, you guys
actually.
have some stuff?
Yeah, I've got a kettlebell here. We've got, like, weights, ab roller. I mean, we've got a chin-up bar. So, yeah, I don't mess about when I've got to, like, do you know what I mean? Do things at home.
You don't mess about. So you guys have always kind of had, like, some weights and stuff at home, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
That's which is pretty normal for guys, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice. You got to sort of, if you're injured and stuff, at least you know you can do stuff at home. But also, if summer's around the corner, like,
Yeah, that shirt's coming off.
so,
Gotta make sure it's tight.
yeah, yeah.
Who are you quarantining with?
I quarantine with Matz Westwell.
Oh, if I'm asking just like I don't know.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait a minute, you know Matz.
And if I gotta just, Oh, cool. So Max was he was a dancer at EMB too.
Yes, he was. Really good friend of mine. I've actually known Max since about 1995 because we both did junior associates together before the Royal Ballet Lower School. So I've known him for a very long time.
So he's like another brother.
Yeah, he's another. I mean, 12 years ago we bought a place together, just to get on the property ladder and try and do something. Yeah. And
has there ever like staying in the house all day together? Like, how's it been?
I think it's been all right. We've, it's our apartment is pretty big. Not big, but do you know what I mean? There's, 3 decent sized rooms, his room, my room, and the living room. So the living room is always the area where we meet and congregate and stuff. Or if I'm doing something on my computer, I'll just stay in my room and vice versa. So yeah, it's actually been all right in that aspect.
Yeah, I also feel like lucky with like just like the timing of it and like who I'm quarantining with. Olivia, she's a friend of mine. I feel like also quite lucky, and I'm like, okay, like I'm happy that I'm quarantining with you. Like if there's anyone I could be stuck with for like 2 months on end or 3 months on end, I'm like, okay, like, you're the person.
I feel like there's also, you use the flat for what it's meant to be. Like the living room and lounge is the room where you like congregate and talk and eat, and that, do you know what I mean? I feel, yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah, I feel like I'm breaking the house in.
You
know what I mean? Because normally it's like I come here to sleep and that's it. But now I'm using every corner of the house.
For sure. I mean, I like where you take class, actually. That's a nice little...
My little balcony.
Little setup there. That's a nice little setup there, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, thanks. Where have you been doing class in your house?
Actually, in like the stairwell, because we live in a high-rise. We're on the 2nd floor, but there's like a little stairwell where I do class, and it's kind of it's kind of poignant, really, because I started ballet in Brixton, like, that was like the area, with stairwells and like being in an estate. And now I'm actually doing class in like a little section of it because the railings is the right height for bar. And
some of the people who you're like a big fan of, some of the people you look up to.
Who do I look up to? First and foremost, my parents. I mean, they supported me through my whole career from when it started to where it is now. They've always been there. They've always been the invisible voices in my head. So first and foremost, I would say like them. And dance-wise, I think I have to say Arthur Mitchell. I mean, Arthur Mitchell is an amazing figure. I'm sure most people on here know who he is. In this country, we've never had anyone of that stature produce something over here. And his determination and his willingness to portray what his vision is something I admire a lot, because I'm not sure if it's going to happen over here. I think it will at some point, but the levels that he did it to it's just amazing.
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
You want to know a fun fact? This is
Go on.
kind of random. And the first time that Dance Theatre of Harlem decided to start wearing skin tone tights. This is super random, sorry, but is when Arthur Mitchell he brought them here to Sadler's Wells Theater, and they were supposed to have like a premiere, and all the black dancers had pink tights on, and they were like, something's not right. And then it was like the day before the premiere here at Sadler's Wells. I can't remember which dancer it was at the time, but she's like, okay, I know how to dye the tights and the shoes. And then everyone dyed their shoes and tights skin colored. And then that was the first time that they did it, was in London at Sadler's Wells Theatre.
At the Sadler's Wells. Wow, how amazing is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what is now Sadler's Wells Theatre. But yeah.
No way.
Time. Was when they were
That's
on tour
amazing.
in London, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so, it's amazing that it happened in London, actually.
I know. Yeah. So like maybe like it will be, perhaps it will all come full circle at some point.
Fingers crossed. I mean, if it started here, yeah. Well.
Yeah, like it started. But yeah. Little fun fact.
Well, wait a minute. That's a very good fun fact. Can't believe I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let's see. Tell us more. Have you had any like kind of like down moments, like with like psychologically being in isolation? How have you like dealt with it?
I have had some down moments. I feel that this is a big change on everyone's life. You're put in a situation where you're not allowed to go out, you're not allowed to socialize. And as a human, I think that's something that we really like to do. I like to do that for sure. So yeah, there have been some really lonely points where, you have to sort of dig yourself out and be like, no, you can do this. I love listening to music. Music's been really, really a big helper. And speaking to friends and family, I've really connected with some family that I haven't spoken to in years. And that for me has been really, really nice, because all of us are around the same age. Actually, most of them have got children, actually, so they're in a completely different position to where I am. But when we all congregate online on House Party or Zoom or whatever it is, it's just amazing, and that really brightens up my day. And usually that lasts for a couple of days if I've had a really good conversation with them, for sure.
What are you listening to
music wise?
Yeah.
I love James Blake at the moment. I mean, You're Too Precious, his new song, is a very good one. Not sure if you heard it, Precious, but it's very good.
Haven't. I keep seeing you guys posting it. I haven't gotten around to looking at it yet.
Yeah, it's a very, very nice track. So yeah, I've been listening to a lot of him. Also listening to a lot of Lauryn Hill. I really like Lauryn Hill.
Love her.
Fortet. It's very eclectic. Some classical music. I listened to Handel the other day. That was really nice. It's been really eclectic.
Nice. I see you have some plants in the background there. Have you guys always been indoor green thumb people? Yeah, green. Yeah.
Well, we thought, it's good to oxygenate. I can't even say it. Oxygenate the house, isn't it? So, yeah, there's quite a few plants that have been put up. Aloe vera, quite a few cacti.
Oh, you got some aloe vera up in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you gotta keep the skin looking fresh.
Yeah, aloe vera is so versatile.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the worst with plants, though. Like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just bad. Can't keep.
I mean, why? Bad in what way?
I'm a neglector. I'm just a neglector.
Really?
Yeah. I need I killed a cactus once, which needs almost zero attention.
Oh wow. I mean, I think one of our cacti are a little bit is a little bit weepy, but yeah, we might try and save it, or might have to go down the knacker's yard, I think.
Actually, okay, my latest plant, which I've still managed to keep alive, was a Venus flytrap. You know those ones?
Oh, yeah.
We're keeping it alive. It caught a fly. It's only caught one fly somehow this whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's from IKEA, so it might be like a little, I don't know. Yeah, so like, and also because like you're staying home, so I have like no excuse to kill a plant now because it's like I'm here, so I can water it. Yeah. So.
I actually bought a little plant for my room because I wanted to know whether I could look after something. And I went to India in the beginning of January on holiday, and I was away for 10 days, and that was the first time where I was leaving it for like a certain amount of time, and I came back and it was just beginning to like die, and I think I've saved it, so I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I mean, I think it's an easy plant to look after, but still I want to see if I can see it's going to grow a little bit longer. If it does, then I can hopefully look after something.
So tell us about your trip in India.
India. I went to India in January after our Colosseum season with a friend, Giorgio. And it was, I've always wanted to go to India. I love traveling. We travel so much with work, but in my personal life, I really love to do it. Go to different places, put yourself in different situations. And India has always been a place that I'd heard about. Anyway, we decided to go. We went to Kerala for 5 days and Goa for 5 days. And amazing. Absolutely amazing. The people, the food, the weather. Yeah, it was.
What did you guys do while you guys were out there? Did you guys do a retreat or something?
So in Kerala, we did a 5-day tour, which started up in the mountains, and we tried tea. We went to a tea factory, and as you came down from the mountain, you stopped off at various different like points. There was like a flower market, one of the biggest flower markets there. Wow. We went to an elephant sanctuary. We did the backwaters in Aleppo. It's really beautiful. So that was like 5 nights, staying in a hotel for 1 night, driving to somewhere else, doing something, staying in a hotel, because we'd worked pretty hard over the year. I think I hadn't had a break for like a whole year. So I really, really needed to go away. So we went to the quiet part and stayed on this lagoon, which was like on a beach. It was the most magical place. It was ridiculous. Like every morning you got up and like you were like, there's a freshwater lagoon, and then you could go and walk to yeah, it was incredible.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And when we left Goa to go back to Kerala, that's when we saw our first people with masks. So that's when we were like, wow, something's happening.
So wait, so that was like in the airport or like?
Yeah, it was at the airport. We literally landed and everyone behind the desks had masks. And we were like, do we need a mask? What's going on?
That's kind of the same thing that happened to me. It was in the January break after Coliseum season, and I went to California to see some family. And on my way there, when I landed in LA, it was like everybody had masks on in the customs area, and I was like, wait, because I think also because during that Coliseum period, we're in such a bubble because it's like we're doing 2 shows every day for like 6 weeks straight. Yeah, and quite frankly, like we just don't have the bandwidth to let anything else in. Like I just don't.
For sure. Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I felt a little like detached from the world. Like I was like, fuck, like we're really in a bubble during Nutcracker season.
Well, I mean that's just one big Colosseum bubble, isn't it? It's a 6-week bubble that we all know what that's like. Yeah.
I mean, it's Nutcracker life, isn't it? And so now we're living it. Now this is happening. This is real.
I know.
I can't believe it's like how long it's been.
I know, 7 weeks, I think. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to say on Thursday, actually.
Oh, is there another like announcement, like extension? Da, da, da?
Yeah, that's whether they're extending or.
I'm just taking it one day at a time. I can't even like think to the future because it gives me anxiety. Tell us about like what's like something you can't live without. Like what's been like your godsend through this period?
My headphones and just music in general. Like that has just been, it's been a really nice escapism in isolation. You know, if you could put on a nice track of any, and you can just transcend and go somewhere else, which is really, really nice. And put yourself in whatever mood that you want to be in.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So for me, I think that's what I've really liked to do. And the weather's been amazing. So like, there's been times when you can put on a little bit of Bob Marley or something, and if you are in the sun at the right point, I'm like, yes, I'm in Jamaica. For sure.
When the sun hits you just right.
Yeah, when it just gets you just, oh, for sure. To be honest, I actually can't wait to like go to a pub or a bar and buy a drink. Like,
Same.
Oh, it's going to be really nice.
Bar and like just get a drink.
Yeah. And not have to worry if I've got a mask on or do I need a mask. Yeah, I know, it feels like that's such a long time away, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Have you been watching like anything on Netflix that you would recommend?
Netflix, the Money Heist I've been watching.
I've been hearing about this.
New Amsterdam, which is a hospital series on Prime. That's really good.
On Prime.
And there was a friend from school from White Lodge, actually. I mean, she was a couple of years above me, but she's actually she played the lead. She got killed off, unfortunately. But like, yeah, she.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been really amazing to go, wow, you went all the way through, you know, this Royal Ballet School, did a bit of ballet, musical theatre, and now you're in films and stuff, and TV programs, which is something I would love to do and love to get into at some point, maybe.
Heard about this new show called The Midnight Gospel?
No.
Have a look. You might enjoy it.
Really? All right.
You might enjoy it.
Gospel. All right. I will.
You might enjoy it. Did you watch Tiger King?
Of course I watched Tiger King.
Okay,
oh my God.
I'm still telling people that was the highlight of my quarantine still.
Oh my days. I mean, it was like quarantine. I mean, it took you on a roller coaster. When they said at the end, like, there's more tigers in the US than there is in like India and Africa.
In Africa.
Like,
I was like, what?
Hold up a minute. There's something a little bit wrong here.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. It's crazy. Also, the amount of money it costs to feed those animals. They were like, did they say something like between $30,000 and $60,000 per month?
Per month, yeah. Unless you're getting Walmart food.
I was like, what? Like, that's so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
I don't know how people are breaking even. What's the actor's name who's going to play Joe Exotic?
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage.
Is it Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, it's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Strange program, but great entertainment, for sure.
Great entertainment. Yeah. Great entertainment. I was like, entertainment value so high, so worth it. I was like, I've never been more thankful for a Netflix subscription. Could you tell us like one of like a crazy story from like being on stage? Like if you can remember one?
A crazy story. I mean, there's quite a few in my 15 years at English National Ballet. But I think one that sticks out the most is actually kind of recent, and I mean within the past 5 years. And we'd just finished Act 1, Giselle. I think we were in Southampton. And you know that bit, it's really poignant, like the music is really like, Giselle's there at the end, died, and everyone's looking up at the wall. And it's just, yeah, a very poignant moment. And then all you hear in the audience is, woo! Woo! And I was like, you don't do that at this point at the ballet. And I just remember looking up at the wall and looking around, and people were just like
holding it together.
going, how am I, like, you're meant to be like, you know, somber and looking up at the wall. And someone's just screamed because they were so elated about the show.
Yeah.
And for me, that
I
was
remember
one of,
that.
and I think it was the comment a friend made. They were like, I think that was my friend, or my parents had brought a friend over, and it actually was. So like just the whole story and the concept, like, was absolutely hilarious. Yeah.
I remember
It
that
was
one.
really good.
I remember
It was
that
really
one.
good.
There's some of this stuff, it's like I gotta write it down because I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna forget. But that one was like in my top 5, I think, moments of like, just like, what's happening?
What's happening? It was like, what? And you could just tell, like, she was like, what?
Like, she really screamed.
Yeah. Maybe it's not a good time to do this.
You remember there was another moment. It's a lot of these moments happen in AK Giselle. I think it's triggering for some people. I don't know. But we were on tour. Was it in Spain? And opening night or something? And the audience members started yelling at each other?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that. And they had like these big screens up at the top, didn't they?
Yes.
Showing the piece. And all I wanted to do was for them to have subtitles so I could understand what the woman was shouting.
What they were saying. Because in the moment, because like none of us like spoke enough Spanish except for like we had to wait until we got off stage for the Spanish dancers to tell us what they said.
Yeah, I was like, guys, what are they saying?
What are they saying? They were yelling at each other across this like auditorium, and obviously it like echoes in there. Practically a full blown conversation in a shouting match, but kind of at that same point. Yeah,
it was. Right? I remember that too. And I remember like trying to bite my tongue going, what is happening? What are they saying? Am I meant to be leaving the stage? Is there something happening? Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh my God.
That was a good one. Yeah, it's true. A lot's happened in AK Giselle, a piece that I absolutely adore. But at least, you know, you can have different moments with it.
This is really great. This is very informative.
Really nice.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. It's been really, really nice.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.